It's going to 2, 3. The name is Law Nation, and I am a business. I really appreciate everybody that's tuning in and watching in and being part of this conversation. First and foremost here, we're going to spit the real. We're going to give you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this is no direction to anything that's going on with you personally. This is just how I operate, So for those who out there that's saying, well, Law, you should wait for this, you should wait for that. Well, tell Fox News to wait. Well, tell other people to wait, right? I'm going to tell you guys how I feel. I'm going to tell you guys what's going on. The raw way. Oh, the law way, baby. This is how it is. So people that's caught up in their feelings and all of that, I get it. I absolutely get it. But this is the real deal situation right here. I'm not sitting here to play with anyone. I'm going to spit my mind, and I hope that you guys appreciate me doing such. But one thing that really gets me going is for people to say, well, Law, take the video down. Law, you don't know the real information yet. Because, look, I'm going to tell people right now, validation is only good for parking. And just because I don't work for Fox or I don't work for a syndicate news station, and if I get a tidbit of information that I should hush, that's bullshit. Now, come on, y'all. Y'all know that. So you come here to get the information. That's all I'm saying. And whether it's good, bad, or ugly, and when I'm wrong, I'll let you guys know I'm wrong. But Law don't take down nothing now. Come on now. Y'all should know that. Now, the whole situation and scenario with Kelvin Joseph is this alone right here. The association, the company you keep. The guy can be clean. He can be free of all things, but it's who he affiliate and associate himself with. And I hope that he can still play this year because he should. Now, the detectives and the people reached out and they literally said that they bringing him in for questioning. They bringing him in to get more and more details of information of what happened on said night. Now, there's a lost body out there. Somebody that can't go home to their mom, can't go home to their father, can't kick it with their siblings, right? That they tried to uncover some information. And all Law said was, hey, allegedly, Kelvin Joseph was there. I didn't say that he was the guy that was on the grassy knoll. I didn't say that he pulled the trigger, right? I didn't say that. I didn't. So y'all can miss me with the BS. I come here to give you guys the real. And that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And even if you want it from the raw biblical aspect of it, I never forget a time when people were accusing Peter and said, hey, we saw you with said person. And Peter was denying. He was like, nah, man, shoot, you saw me with who? Yeah, we saw you with JC. Yeah, it was you. Nah, man, I don't even know Smooth. I don't know him. No, man, wait a minute. Yes, you do. We saw you even dressed like him. Nah, man, you F y'all, man. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, hold on. He even talked like him. Yeah, that was him. Yeah, that was Peter. Peter was riding with JC. That's him crucified. Oh, no, man, I don't know the man. The company you keep, whether it's good or bad, people are going to put you in that nutshell. People are going to put you in that box. And that is the reality of it. I can't sugarcoat these type of things. And I know that you guys come here for the real, But my Cowboy family said, boss, man must find new friends. And here's the thing. How all of this is connected. Sometimes in life you outgrow your people that you are around. Sometimes in life, and he's still young. He's still young. How old? He's 23, 24. I'm old enough to be his father, right? So when you are at that age, that tender age of being swayed left and right and thinking what you know, what is popular, thinking what you know is good, and I get it. Here's the thing. Some people say innocent until proven guilty. Not in this modern day time. You got the outside forces. You got the outside forces that got strong influences now, baby. You do. You got outside forces with strong influences. You do. At the time when Michael Jackson was living on this plane, on this dimension, and you heard news of what he was doing, allegedly, to those little boys. And if you had a son or a daughter, would you take your kid over there? Or would you be saying, yeah, now it's innocent until proven guilty? Mike didn't do nothing to those kids. Or if you have a daughter that's around the tender age of 13 to 14 years of age, and R. Kelly opened up a daycare facility, or no, a facility, because a daycare is too young. A facility that he say, hey, after school care. Here's the R. Kelly's after school care. We all accepting girls at the time. Would you take your child over there? Or would you say, man, R. Kelly, man, he's innocent, baby. You know, until proven guilty, I'm going to take my kids over to R. Kelly's crib. His aftercare program is really good for my daughter. She's only 14. He won't touch her. Or would you sit there and say, nah, man, you know, I know better, you know. Birds of the feather flock together. I appreciate you, Asmodeus. Yes, they do. They absolutely do. MJ didn't do it. R. Kelly might have. Did J.J. Newton. But would you take your kid over there to find out, right? Come on now with it. Would you put your child in that situation? You know, like, you know what, little Toby, you know, I get it. Don't worry about what the outside noise is saying. Those people are just lying on the great, on the wonderful Michael Jackson, the way he can moonwalk. That's what they're doing. You know, I can't make this stuff up. I can't. There's reasonings with this. So, OJ didn't do it. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. If OJ didn't do it, he didn't do it, right? But would you have a knife party around him and start talking noise? You know, we got these nice set of knives right here, and we just going to have it assorted knives. We got the colors, red, white, and blue. We even got the yellow knives over here, and we're going to talk mess about OJ, and we're going to invite him over to a sleepover. Come on. The glove didn't fit. Yeah, you're right. But I'm just trying to bring light to this situation, Cowboy Nation. I don't want you guys to look at this thing and say, well, law said. No, I'm not that dude. No, I want you guys to trust but verify. I want you guys to do your due diligence as well. But I want you guys to also give me something, right? But don't just look at me like I'm out here to just clickbait. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that, and I'm not that dude. Trust me. I got plenty of time to do other things. I'm not sitting out here probing for views. I'm not finna do that. Trust me, I have enough time to just create a whole new YouTube channel and put music on and upload it every day. I can just start uploading the top 10 countdowns of all music, and he'll get thousands and thousands of views, just like that. And here's the thing. OJ did write a book about it. Yeah. And here's the thing. Here's the absolute truth. The Dallas Cowboys will always be scrutinized with this. When I show you guys the evidence that the Cowboys don't have that many arrest records as it relates to other teams, and I show you guys over and over again how other teams, things happen and people don't even look at it. But it's somehow that when it's attached with the Cowboys, people go all on the deep end and say, it's a Cowboy player. I'll never forget Sam Hurd got busted way in Chicago. And in the newspaper, it literally said ex-Cowboy. It didn't say Chicago player. Sam Hurd, kingpin, drug guy, right? Allegedly, you know. Don't know when his brother get out. Don't want his people to come knocking at my door. You know, allegedly. Alleged. I don't know. He might not even be locked up. He might be serving time for someone else, you know. Somebody else might be in that body. Sam Hurd might be walking around now. But the title line and the headline says, ex-Cowboy player. The whole thing with Greg Hardy happened before he even got to the Cowboys. Panthers don't even get none of the negative blowback. They don't get none of that. But the headline says, Cowboys player Greg Hardy threw a girl on a bed of guns. I'm like, wait a minute, that headline is wrong. And I get it. What's good for the goose, good for the gander, right? Sam says boss man is dumb. I think it's poor decisions. I think the guy is smart, just poor decisions. And what people need to understand, there's a difference between decisions and mistakes. You know, when you're preparing to fix breakfast and you're taking eggs out of the refrigerator, hear me out, you're taking the eggs out the refrigerator and you say, okay, I'm going to move 3 at a time in one drop. That's a mistake, you know, a careless mistake. But if you take eggs out of the refrigerator, and it's a whole carton of eggs, and you say, I'm going to take 6 of them, I'm going to juggle them before I get to my mixing bowl. That's a terrible decision. 2 different situations. And when you're going out to a nightclub, and it allegedly, he can go to the popos right now, 12, and say, hey, dog, that wasn't even me in the video. The guy with the same chain that I wear and the smaller beard, the little beard that happened a month ago, that wasn't even me. I was at training camp. I was working out. I was with Ray that day and not Cam Ray. We didn't jump him, and that wasn't me. Look at the tape. He can literally say those things. Literally. And walk clean up out of there. Right? And this could be all a farce, right? But somehow they want to bring him in for questionings because they know that his entourage or his crew, his buddies, his groups were there, people that he's affiliated with. And they just want questions. They just want to know, hey, tell me about this person. Or where were you at the time? And if you thinking that they don't cross-reference all what he's saying, and if you don't know that they already know that the reason why he scrubbed all of his IG page and he took down everything, and they already trying to get to the judge to subpoena Instagram so that they can pull back some of the history, so they can re-pull up all of the data that happened before and around March 18th. You come on, you got to be crazy. They are right now trying to get access to their brother's phone. Because especially if he got Apple. You know, Apple hold their ground. Apple sit there like, you know what? We are not finna release the GPS module. We're not finna release that. But they going to cross-reference everything that brother's saying, and they looking for one lie. That's all they looking for. That's all they looking for. So his story better be zip-locked. His story better be good. Or where he was, it better not be off by an hour, 2 hours, or 3. Because that's how they do. They bring you in as a friend. Now, come on in. We got coffee. We got oodles and noodles. We got the donut shop. We got everything that you want. Hey, you need a line? We got a barber in the back. You like toaster strudels or you like pot tops, man? What you want, man? Squeeze them a little bit. Yeah, Paul. They hold them. 12 love phones. Yeah, man, this phone right here can tell you right where you at. Lose your phone and type in look up phone. You think people fail to realize, man. You think when you type into Apple, I lost my phone and locate my phone, you think that you the only one have access to that. You think you're the only one. You think you're the only one that when you trying to look up your phone and your information and where you been. Matter of fact, right now for those who watching this video, and you can say, hey, I came down with the little cough here, man. I need me a cough drop, maybe some Vicks, maybe some Robitussin. Feel a little lightheaded. Think I'm coming down with the flu. I guarantee you mention those few things on your phone while it's just on. The next time you go to your Facebook, your Instagram, or your YouTube, or Twitter, look to the right and left. Watch you see Vicks. Watch you see Robitussin. Watch you start seeing the things that you talked about. And you'll think that, hey, you know what? I was just talking about I need some cough drops, and now I got some suggestions right to the side of me. Ain't nothing secret these days. Come on, man. Yeah, we are praying for the family, Gabriel. You know, and this is what they got right here. This is from
a group of young men came to Dallas from East Texas last month to celebrate a birthday. All of them would not go back home. 20-year-old Cameron Ray was shot and killed along Lower Greenville. The story behind his murder is the focus of Fox 4's Sean Rabb's trackdown this week. The suspects caught on tape, but still at large.
I'm with Dallas Homicide Detective Tanya McDaniel. We're at the intersection of Greenville and Martell Avenues, Lower Greenville. Detective, what happened here?
Well, what happened here, we had 20-year-old Cameron Ray here enjoying a night with some friends for a birthday, and he ends up, unfortunately, being shot and killed.
Cameron Ray from Athens, Texas, had come to Dallas with 3 friends for a fun weekend.
He was enjoying himself, doing nothing wrong, but that night as it was ending, he was walking with some friends. They encounter a disturbance that they did not start. A fight starts right here at this intersection.
Look at the guy smoking. He walks past Ray and his boys, waits for them, says something, then throws a punch. Fists fly. Focus on the left upper side of your screen.
There's several individuals fighting, and I need those people identified.
Fighting finished, Cameron Ray and his friends are walking to their vehicle.
Low-key.
Fly.
Low-key, how this dude right here get Peter rolled?
There's several individuals fighting, and I need those people identified.
He gonna get up and run.
Cameron
How
Ray
you gonna jump somebody and get
walking
Peter
to
rolled?
their vehicle.
And all of a sudden, you see that black suspect vehicle riding up the street, and shots are fired from that vehicle towards Cameron and his friends.
The SUV in the spotlight circle, like a Suburban or Tahoe. The group detective looking for caught on tape.
They are the same people who were involved in that fight.
This is video from one of the places detectives suspects went to on Greenville Friday, March 18th.
I need for people to pay attention to what these individuals had on from head to toe. Look at their hair. I need you to look at what they had on because they had writing on their clothing, on their hoodies. They had jewelry on. I need you to look at some of their medallions and see what it spells out. I need you to look at their faces and look at the group of people that were together themselves, because if you know somebody in that group, then you're gonna know the rest of them. So I need you to point them out, put them on blast, so that they will come in and talk to me, because somebody died here and we need to find out who shot Cameron.
Okay, how?
Yep. So shout out to my guy Jackson, man, on Facebook. I mean, on the Twitter page, man. He's always got some good stuff and information out there. But this comes to reported by Gelkin earlier last night when everybody was saying, "Law, you got nobody else to be talking about this law, and take your video down." And I said, yeah, nobody talking about it. Yeah. All right. And then Gelkin, he comes in and say Dallas police want to interview Cowboys cornerback Kelvin Joseph for his involvement in the altercations on that night. A 20-year-old man was fatally shot in March. Sources told Dallas News Cowboys officials don't believe Joseph was the shooter. Right? And that's all we're saying. I truly believe that Joseph was not the shooter. I truly believe that. I truly believe, Cowboy Nation, like I lamented on my video, that I don't believe Kelvin Joseph will do something like this. And every time you hang around a group of guys, there's always that one that like to prove a point, that like to let everybody know that we real over here. This is my group, and we got money, or we got flashes, and it's hard, man. It's hard to disassociate yourself from some of your buddies or some of your homies. It's hard, man. I ain't gonna even lie, man. It's hard, bro. But at some point, as you grow and you start entering into new circles, you got to move yourself from that. And some of the hardest things to do as most of these rappers, and I'm not saying that this is Kelvin Joseph situation. Don't get me twisted. Like I said, with juggling of the eggs, right? Juggling of the eggs. Taking 6 of I can juggle the eggs, and you drop them. Versus a mistake where you take 3 and 1 foot slip out of your hand. Decisions. Like Texas, I'm gonna tell you, is an open state. Carry whatever you want. So that's why in Texas, man, they found the other suspect, not attached to this, but in Deep Ellum. They found the suspect who shot up Deep Ellum just the other day. A couple of days ago, Deep Ellum got shot up. Open carry state. You bump into somebody, I'm going to stand my ground. You might get lit up like a Christmas tree, right? Because people don't shoot hands no more. And if you shoot those hands to someone and they catch that L, right? And you think like, yeah, I got them good. Then you walk into your car, then now all of a sudden you feel that warmness coming through your body that's being shot. Right? I've been there before. Shoot. I've been there before. I got some stories I can tell you guys, real actual stories. Had a partner. We went down there, mines. We were down there in Hattiesburg. Party. Had a good time at Bruh Fest. We had a great time. We had all of the good situations with us. Come back to his whip getting towed because he parked in a tow zone. Dude was just doing his job. He brandished his weapon. Like, hey, take my truck up off the thing. Take it off of it. Tow truck man said, shoot, I got one too. You see what I'm saying? I'm just the innocent guy. I'm just rolling with my boys. And then all of a sudden, guys coming to fisticuff live in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Guy brandished his weapon, you know. Come on. Come on, Smooth. Come on, man. Why you had to bring that heat like that? That man's doing his job. I told you not to park there anyway. Man ain't finna get locked up for you. That was last night I hung out with him. Last night, they brought me in to talk. Hey, well, why did your guy brandish his weapon? Why did he pistol? I'm glad he didn't shoot him. Cole said Brufest was lit in Hattiesburg. Cole, you know about it? Ooh! Cole knew about it. Cole know about that. Shoot. Yeah, I've been there. I done that. You know, I ain't gonna hang out with him no more, man. Shoot. This dude ready to lose. He ready to take this man's life and lose his life. Over $75, man. I mean, we had our refund checks at the time. Man. You can go get that $75 back. You can go get your car up out of there. What's your name? The dude was doing his job. And shout out to all of the tow truckers, man. If you're a tow trucker, a driver in the chat, man, let me know. Shout out to you, man, because that's a very dangerous job when you get the radio call for you to tow somebody's car. Right? $75 for the man to get it off the hook. It would have been $150 for him to get it from the impound, I believe. That was the thing that at the time it was happening like 16, maybe 17 years ago. Yeah. Yep. I got my guy requesting because it's Good Friday, man, and let me see if I can get this thing going for him. Let me see if I can get my thing because Uncle Charles, he want to call in. Let me see if I can get my Uncle Charles up in here. It's sad. Yep, Joseph is human. He make mistakes. He do. And I got my guy Jay Tuck, man. He was like, man, you know, Jay Tuck, he was all on Ashante Samuel. And I think Ashante is better counseled. Is better counseled than Kelvin Joseph because of his background. His father already know. Like, his father will already know, like, hey, I played NFL, been there for a long time. These are the things that you need to do. You need to drop this. And one thing that I can tell you, my old man told me a long time ago, and I thought I was cool. You know, you get multiple breezes. And he pulled me to the side and he said, son, get you one woman and be satisfied. That was his best advice to me. Get you one woman and be satisfied, right? Chasing skirts at the time, man, you bound to have something to happen bad to you. So get you one woman and be satisfied. See, this real talk. Y'all wasn't ready to have this early in the morning, right? It's probably too early in the morning. Hey, Uncle Charles, 657-390-7391 is the hotline, man. If you want to call that on, give me a ringer. Give me a ringer. But get you one woman and be satisfied. Yo, Eminem Fernandez. Yeah, he said, Unc, call in. Unc. Yo, 657-390-7391 is the hotline. All right, so, and also, Cowboy Nation, we going to do this right here, too. We going to look at this mock draft. Who like Trent McDuffie? I kind of like his skill set. I know that he's only 5'11", right? And he plays through the echoes of the whistle. He's a nickel corner. Or should the Cowboys look at like Roger McCreary? Yep. You love adult talk? Yep. You know what? JJ Newton says one woman got your back. Yep, the women got your back. Let me tell y'all something about ladies, man. They will always be in the corner for you. You know, just being real. If you look at the JC story, Jesus' story. Think about all of those people he fed. Think about all of the miracles he did. And believe it or not, when he was up there at the cross, only the ladies were there. None of those disciples was there like, hey, man, what's good, man? See, a lot of these fellas, they'll roll with you. They'll hang out with you, but they ain't going to be with you, man, when it's time for you to be in the slams. His ladies was there. His mama and, Mary, whoever you want to break that down to. But shoot, them women were there. Marcus Jones, you like him, Fernandez? Yeah. I mean, shoot, he fed a multitude of people. But when it was time for him to go into the slams, hung up on the cross, man, nobody was there, but the ladies were. So y'all write that down. If y'all don't like me, man, I feel you. Yep. Get you one woman to be satisfied. Your mama gonna be there already. You already know how that go. But get you one woman to be satisfied, even if you don't claim her. You just make sure she's yours, She gonna be there with you. All of those homies wasn't. Shoot. And one of his homies sold him out. Booth over McDuffie. Yep. Booth is a little bit bigger. Yep. But McDuffie plays I like McDuffie's way he attacked to the ball. Now Marcus Jones. Hey, call in now. 657-390-7391. Yeah, we open these phone lines up. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, you gotta go do your CB analysis now. And now the Cowboys did say that they like Kyle. They like Kyle Gordon. Now, where you draft Kyle Gordon is the key. Now, I'm rushing Unc. Now, he is right here. I know he had to get his. What's up, Unc? What's good with you?
What's up?
What's up, man? What's good with you?
Man, it's been a long time, Lord. What's happening, man?
Yeah, all is well. I can't complain, Unc.
Man, man, let me tell you something. God is good, man. Good all the time.
All the time.
And, man, I got faith in you, man. You will give out this information to the Cowboy Nation. Man, God bless you and your family. I just want to get that out the way, man. And it's been a long time. But let me just say this, Lord. See, this is when I don't have enough of all this mess. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You sure look like boss man said to me. But see, back in 1992, I got shot in the ass. Everybody, God gave everybody one hole for ass, but then I had two. And it was no sexy fit. I'm going to tell you that right now, man. Let me tell you something, man. I want people to understand this. I knew this young man. I'll make this real quick. He had a good home life. Mm-hmm. Great parents. Gave him everything he wanted, but he just couldn't leave them little knucklehead thugs alone. Just couldn't leave them alone. Until he ended up in a murder, just like Boss Man Fat. Allegedly. Yeah. Boss Man. No, he went on up in there, and you know how it is. You know how the family members come in, and they tell him, you don't broke our family apart. All that. Next thing you know, you get 100 years, he gets 50 years, and on the first day, this dude Bear slapping his ass from one end of the jail cell to the other like he's a damn tennis pro. I'm just telling you that right now. This is how he gonna stick his term, get his ass whooped on regular. This is what I'm talking about. Let me tell you, y'all young men, something out there. From Texas to L.A. to all the way to Alabama. Let me explain something to you. Once you in there, you just ain't in jail. You got to shave that joker back, especially if you got a lot of hair. You're going to be shaving all morning. Then you got to go get his coffee. Then you got to go get his paper. Then you got to turn on what he want to look at on TV. And the ultimate price of humiliation, you're going to have to cut the toenails. Now, let me tell you something. The dude was all right shaving his back. He was all right getting his paper. He was all right turning on whatever he wanted to. But when it came to them toes, he found the nearest bed spread and hung his damn self. This is what I'm talking about. If you don't want to cut no toenails and you don't want to grease nobody down in honey mustard sauce, please go find you a job, go to school, and if you're a professional athlete, why you ain't with your girlfriend? Why you ain't over your mama's house? Why you ain't with somebody talking about business at a table? Hey, man, I want to open up a barber shop. Funeral home business, let me tell you something. You want to get into some business, funeral home business, I'm talking, it is right. Because I remember was a time the funeral home, you was standing out on the street. I said, man, what's wrong with you? Man, I ain't getting no business, man. Man, let me tell you something. He ain't seen this fool in almost a year. Because he getting business out from everywhere. Let me tell you something, man. You young cats, you think you know everything. Until that judge that's almost retired, looking like Spock in the face, give you 40 years. 40 years. Your mama ain't gonna come see you. Your little funky little girlfriend ain't gonna come see you. Your little friends who you run around, and every time you look around, you give them $10 and they think you somebody. They ain't coming to see you, and I'm telling you something. If I was you, I'll stop by Walmart and give me a box of Depends. I'll tell you that right now. And that's all I gotta say. We need a generation. We got people out there like Law Nation, y'all. Boston Body.
Yeah.
Skywalker. Try to talk to these young cats. They ain't listening. They don't listen until they got to go to Walmart and get some toenail clippers. That's when they're listening. They ain't listening. It's too late. And I'm going to tell you right now. That look like boss man fact to me. I'll tell you that right now. And that's all I got to say. And I love you, bro.
Yes, indeed, man. I appreciate you. Love you, too. I appreciate you for calling in, man. Always bringing in some realness, man. I love it, man. That's that Alabama talk right there, man. You know. I just want to tell you guys this, man. Look, I'm not perfect by any stretch of anybody's imagination. I'm far from perfect. I just been here long on this plane. You know what I'm saying? Counting to close to 40 years. You know what I'm saying? So I can tell you guys from my experience, and I know some people that's in this chat that's been here for 55 to 60 years and saying, Law, you're still young, you know. But I get it. But right there what Unc just said is the truth. Flat out truth. And you think that you don't have the freedom to do the things that you want to do, try to get locked up. And when you got to ask people, can I go here? Can I go to the library? Can I call? Can I have a visitation? You got to ask for everything. Can I have an extra roll of tissue, you know? That's a whole different type of lifestyle to tune in. And right now, you are making generational wealth. This type of money can be game changing. You sit back, you look at all what you came from and went through and say, you know what? I'm going to change my ways. I believe I was watching, and I'm going to let this other caller come in. It seems like my homeboy, Mr. James, but hold on. I was watching a video. I think it was Edgerrin James. And he was like, man, a lot of people think that I don't have money, but I just don't play off with my money. I invest my money. Go watch it, man. Just type in the Pivot. I think he was on the Pivot or he was on one of those I Am Athlete, and he was talking the real. Now, I think he was on Shay Sharp Show. Edgerrin James. Go look it up, man. That boy right there, boy. He was spitting some real knowledge to people. Yeah. 469.
Law.
What's good, baby?
What's up, Law? What's up, baby? How you doing? It's been a long time.
Man, I know, right? You right down the street, man. What's good, man?
I'm down the street trying to stay safe. That's what we're trying to do, man. Man, how the family doing? The kids doing all right?
Man, they doing great, man. The little one just graduated from kindergarten, and you know that's a big thing for the family, man. You see how long I got to go? That's a big step, though.
I'm right there with you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody, Law Nation, we a family. Y'all hear that? We a family. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do here. You see what I'm saying? And we made up of all different cultures. You know, but we're here loving on each other. The Cowboys and brought us here together. Man, let's love on each other and let's support each other, man. That's what keep us lifted in these dark times. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we'll be able to be that representation. And maybe one day, one of them players or somebody young listening to this, and they'll be able to get some better community around them. I think a lot of times, you know, and just like you said at JSU, man, I went through the same thing at Prairie View. I had so many friends, electrical engineering, chemical engineering, biology. They around the wrong people, staying in the wrong place, and bam, they life changed forever. They was almost there. Almost there.
I didn't know you were I didn't know you were Prairie alum. No.
Hey, I was down there, man. I was down there for a little bit.
Yeah.
I was down there, PV, Hey, shout out to JSU, though.
Yeah.
What Deion did, that's a whole nother topic for another conversation, you know what I'm saying? But, man, we needed him to do what he's doing at JSU because that's uplifting all the HBCUs now, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I mean, a lot of crow, man. I mean, a lot of crow with Deion, man, because I thought, when he came there, I thought he was just like, man, I just looked at it like what he did to Trinity. Trinity right down the street in Cedar Hill. Yeah. Like, I thought that it was just going to be a me moment, like, hey, this is what I'm doing, to get notoriety and what have you. And I'm just, but he went there. He went all in. And shout out to James Houston, man. I hope he get a chance in the NFL. He should get a chance in the NFL. But what Prime is doing down there at JSU, man, it's just remarkable, man.
And that's a good segue because what Prime is doing, he's not just investing in those players football-wise. He's investing in their lives and in their future.
Right.
He's having them real conversations with them because he's going and getting these boys and know where he's getting them from, know what their environment look like, and he's investing that in them. He's teaching.
We're talking too much real, man. Hey, man, call back in, man. Oh, my God, James, man. But what Prime is doing for the community, man, for JSU, he keeping it real, man, and I really appreciate him. And in a couple of years, they will have a DB coming out of that program that might get drafted in the high rounds, man, and that's remarkable, man. But we got you back on, fam.
Oh, my bad. Phone just hung up accidentally. I just want to wrap it up and say, as a community, as Cowboys Nation, we're made up of different cultures.
Right.
Culturally, we may not understand everybody's background, may not understand why they do certain things that they do. But whenever we encounter these times and these things like this, we can all do that collective, take a knee and put the fist in the air and say, hey, I'm praying for you. Right. I hope it all works out for you. I don't think now's the time to talk about, man, we wasted that draft pick and this person's over and this and that, and we can't trust it. You know what I'm saying? I think right now that's what we need to do, and for anybody who's listening to this, it don't matter what stage of age we are because we all just one mistake away, one bad decision away. So take Uncle Charles' word. Shout out Uncle Charles. You always dropping them nuggets. Take his words. Seek that wise counsel. Seek that wisdom while the day's still young. Don't wait till, you need your toenail clipper. Now you're trying to run the Walmart. You know what I'm talking about? Whatever Uncle Charles said.
Commissary, and put it on my books, man. That's premium, man. Look, what he's saying is real, man. That's premium. You get your toenails clipped, or you go locked up. You get locked up, man. You see somebody with them braids in their head, like, hey, how do you get those braids in your head?
Hey.
I don't see Keisha up in here. I don't see Ashaniqua up in here. How you get those cornrows, dog?
Woo, hey, so you've been in between somebody's legs. That's what you did. We ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about that struggle. Oh,
and man. Type, where you get that gel? What did they use for gel on that?
Hold on. They not ready for them. No.
Hey, man, but for real though, everybody been in that Henry Ruggs situation. There's been an adult, then they had one or too many, and everybody pressed. Look, everybody been at least similar. They just didn't get caught, or they just didn't have that wake up moment. And some people are not blessed enough, to escape that. Some people, I was telling people, literally, sometimes things happen to you so that someone else won't go through it. Like what? Look, I'm not preaching, but I'm just trying to take you guys there. What happened to KZ? What you remember? What happened? It's crazy. The thing that happened to KZ, DeMonte KZ, and it hit the news wave. Literally, I said when it was live, I said, man, what happened to KZ, that message may not be just for him. It may be for someone else. And then, boom, less than a few days later, that Henry Ruggs situation happened. And I said, man, if Henry Ruggs just listen and watch what happened to DeMonte KZ, he would have knew, like, man, you know what? I just seen what happened to old Doe. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to toss a few back. I'm just going to chill.
Preach, Law. Preach to him. You know, and you know what is crazy? I hang out down there. You know, not a lot, because, you know, mama don't, she done heard. She like, count your days. Count your days, because you come home and you going to be dad and help with these kids. And when count your days, you know what I'm saying?
Count them days, man.
And it's crazy as it is, I mean, that could have been anybody. It could have been me. Just a bystander, you know. And when I reflect on that, man, the only thing I can say is just what you're saying, man. Some people ain't as fortunate. And thankfully, I'm here to say that. And I'm here to reflect. And I'm here to be that testament to say, hey, sometimes it ain't worth it. And especially with open carry. You know what I'm saying? You already said that, you know. But that's all I wanted to say. As Cowboys Nation, man, let's rally behind our brother. He is Cowboys Nation right now, and he need our support. He don't need us slandering him in on these comments and on Twitter and stuff like that. Man, he need our prayers. He need our support. He not from Dallas, so he might not have his family even out here. You know, so he need all that support that he can get to make it through a tough time, and then he get his mind back focused on football, so that he can go out there and ball out and get the bag that he's been working for all his life. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got to say, Law.
I appreciate you, man, and I thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for calling in.
Hey, we still got to link up on that barbecue now. I ain't forgot.
Oh, man. Shoot me a text, man, so we can link up on that groove, man. And
on the old number?
That number.
Yeah, I got you. I'll do that.
Yeah, shoot me a text, man, and we get things going, man. I appreciate you, bro. Hey, you don't never go to Deep Ellens, do you?
I you know, because I'm a musician too, so I performed down there 2 Sundays ago. About 2 or 3 Sundays ago, I performed down there.
What have you ever eaten at that was it Country Cocktail? What's the name of it? That restaurant where the chick was pee popping or twerking on the table.
Oh man, yeah.
What's the name of that restaurant?
I've been down there before. Man, those are some one-time occurrences, you know. And to be honest, Deep Ellum didn't really used to be
True Kitchen
like it is now. Yeah. What's happening is that it's just a shift in the population. You know, this young, like 18 to 25 crowd, they're migrating out that way. I don't know where they used to go before, but they're coming out that way now. They're bringing all that energy, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's causing, like, you know, Deep Ellum, the Lower Greenville area, they're connected by streets, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, a lot of that is going on, because they bringing all that negative energy. Before 25 and up, and we professionals, we got jobs, we got kids, man. We just come here and have a good time, go home. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of what's going on. But I have been at that restaurant, though. But that was a one-time occurrence.
Okay, it's one-time occurrence because you know, the lady, she like to go to Del Frisco, and we just ate at Prime, Ocean Prime. So we try to mix and mingle downtown. But, man, look, I ain't from Texas, so I got to walk different, man, you know.
No, I feel you. Now we're gonna take care of you. We're gonna take care of you. I promise. You bring the fam, I'm gonna text you. You bring the fam, you let me know. We're gonna make that happen.
Appreciate you, man. Go ahead and do your thing, man. Appreciate you, fam. Salute.
All right, then. You have a good morning too.
All right, likewise. That's my guy, man. Appreciate him. He was trying to get up off the phone. I'll try to hold him tight. Let me get this super chat out the way, man. I appreciate you, Sadiqa. Congrats on her graduation. Please give her this as my gift. Appreciate you so much, Sadiq. The love and adulation you have for this channel is just unmatched, man. I really appreciate you so much And especially how you hit me up with information and details. It's passion. I can tell you come from a place of love, Sadiqa, and I really appreciate you. And I'll definitely let her pick out a toy today. Everything is like, the daycares was like, we normally don't open, but we're open. Like, they trying to recoup, some of this pandemic money, I guess. And we dropped the little ones off, and I said, all right, cool. And I still haven't got a chance to watch Batman, right? So I was supposed to be getting the chance to watch Batman, but Batman movies, since it's a later movie, don't start until 5, and the daycare closes at 3. So, but we'll figure out what we're gonna do today. I may just take her to get a toy, and I appreciate you on that, Sadiqa. Graduation is always a wonderful thing. My guy, my homie, D Shift, man, you live?
What's up, Law?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me, man.
Nothing much, man. Just kind of wanted to expound on kind of the conversation we were having about just the cologne, man, of Amari Cooper.
Okay.
And then
putting dirt on putting cologne on a dirty body, man. That was a good analogy, man.
You know that guy, man. You was in high school and you kind of smelled the odor. It was his best fit, man. And
right.
He didn't really get a chance to wash it, but he put that nice cologne on, right? And then don't let him skip a shower the night prior, So I think skipping the shower, that's to kill him more. The dirty clothes to me is like the offensive line.
Yep.
And so when I was talking about just them being ranked 23rd, because
mm-hmm.
you get kind of caught up about the offensive line when you feel like it's a priority. Pundits kind of feel like, well, the Bengals, they got Joe Burrow sacked a lot, and they're in the Super Bowl, right? But when you look at the penalties that offensive lines cost, the Bengals were second best in the league, not getting penalized, and the Rams were third.
I didn't think about that.
I feel like, we saw a lot of times with our defenses where we get sacks, but then what the defense first turn around and do? Give up what? Give up a first down, and let that team, go. So, with the penalties, man, you had 3 of the top 12 most penalized offensive linemen. 2 of them are gone. But, and then, Collins didn't even start and play that much, So for him to, I think it wasn't so much sometimes even him, that it was just just trying to compensate for what you didn't have in the interior. And so, we got to get stronger in that middle, man, because, Dak's that was 23rd. I brought that stat to you also, 23rd in the league, as far as letting your quarterback have time to throw. So that means there was, 9, 10 other non-playoff teams who knew how to protect their quarterback better.
Right. He was 23rd in the league in time of attempt to throw, and you said 20th in rushing yards before contact, the most penalized team.
Yeah. So, you can take those numbers and stats and do what you want with them. But, I feel like that's pretty important, being able to protect your quarterback. If you're going to talk about needing weapons,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's another reason our weapons weren't utilized, because Dak didn't have time to throw the ball.
So with your mindset right now, Shiv, you looking at this draft right now, and you would say to yourself, all right, cool. If the Cowboys planning on trading up, you would trade up to get maybe a Charles Cross or a Zion Johnson or an Evan Neal. If he falls, you talking about?
You would have to trade up. Just one of those guys will fall, because that's about what you said, 7, 8 linemen, and how many linemen traditionally go, in the first round before the 24th pick.
Once this is how it normally happens. Once they start rolling, they start rolling.
Well, yeah, but like you can go back and look at prior drafts, and the number 7, who's probably going to be a guard, because 3 out of 4 of those linemen, they're definitely going to tackles are going to go top 10, right?
Yeah, tackles going to go first.
I want to say definitely. Draft is the draft. It's crazy, but man, I think just what you invested in Dak and what you have in CD. You talk about so Coop was a very talented. Do you think Coop was the best offensive player you had on your team last year?
I think pound for pound, the best offensive player that we had on our team, we didn't utilize him. His name was Tony Pollard.
Okay.
I mean, and let's be real. Like, who is more explosive than Tony Pollard?
Well, I mean, also like just the whole position, right? Like talking about your linemen as well. You know.
Oh, let me rank them right quick, Shift. Then let me do this.
Okay.
Tony, the most explosive, and this is just from an explosive, from like a weapon if you use them right. So Tony, CeeDee Lamb, and then I would have to look at, Amari Cooper, just from the aspect of what he can do on the field if you give him the ball. And then I would start looking at, you have to look at Zach Martin. From Zach Martin.
Okay, so you put Zach Martin fourth?
I put Zach Martin fourth. I really would. I really put Zach Martin fourth. Although there's argumentative, like he could be like from an offense in general, he could be the number one guy altogether. But as far as from an explosive aspect of it, a person that you can rely on in the pinch, it would be
so
that.
So we're talking about all together in general, because that's basically what the game boils down to. Like you said, like if you don't use your explosive weapon, then that's not going to show up in the production.
Right.
That's part of the whole Kellen Moore being the musty person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just because, I mean, we got to overcome that.
Yeah.
In the end. But if we're talking about just strictly what you have production-wise, like Amari Cooper was the fourth or fifth most important person on your offense, correct? Like you put maybe Zach Martin first, Dak second.
Are you talking about like overall, like the most important?
Yeah,
the
overall,
importance?
like we gotta line up, and we gotta have these guys healthy if we're talking about competing.
Okay. Then of course I will put the quarterback number one in that slot, and then this would be just be my order, Cowboy Nation. I would put the quarterback and then Zach Martin, and then I would look into this thing. As far as areas of importance, I would have to then insert Amari Cooper because of what he brings to the table. The number one DB will cover him, the safety roll over the top, and then I would look at it like this: CeeDee Lamb, the tight end. Because the tight end is always the extension of the quarterback, and then I'll go down to the running backs or what have you.
Okay, so then my main point of just talking about all that with you all was the fact that in 2013 we had an abysmal year on defense,
Right.
And you being in defense wins championship, guys know how important just the overall aspect of what our unit is, right? How important the defense is. So, like, You were bad 2013. You come into 2014. Zach Martin hurt Sean Lee. You feel like, what about the defense? We're going to be worse than our historic low, right?
Right.
But why was that team 13-3 the following year? Because your offensive line was built, put together. You controlled time of possession, and then you made the whole part of losing your most talented player. You played better defense that following year, losing your most talented player, correct?
Well, they put the deodorant. They put the deodorant over the musk.
Well, they took a bath.
No. I think they changed philosophy. I think they changed philosophy. The TOP help out your defense, but they still couldn't stop a run. They couldn't stop the run in that year. But although they was top ranked in stopping the run.
Like, like Law, if you trying to go out, you take your bath, you put your nice deodorant on, and you put your, what you spending on cologne, Law? I know.
Oh man, it's going to be Giorgio Armani.
Okay, so that's when you're really trying to do it.
Right.
But if you just run into the corner store and you don't put the cologne on, but at least, if you took a shower, you still, that's still, presentable, right?
Right.
So overall, I feel like even though we lost, an important piece like Coop, I think there's still moves to be made if you play it right. And one thing I know about the front office is that they can set a table.
Right.
Now, if they're gonna cut into the steak, we don't know. But they'll set the table for you. So, but that's all I had, Law, man. I appreciate you, man, and have a happy Good Friday, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, D-Shift. My guy D, man. All right, so his analogy was this. It's a solid analogy. Like, hey, basically where he's getting at is less is more. But Kellen Moore is the cologne on a dirty body, and I feel you. With the productions that Amari Cooper did last year was abysmal compared to what he's getting paid, and the philosophy of the offense wasn't really there. I truly believe that Kellen Moore is a derivative of Scott Linehan / Jason Garrett. He is those two guys merged into one that's with a little bit spicier before the play. And when I say that, he gives you some smokes, he gives you some what do you call that? Some motions before the play or what have you. But it's the exact same play book. If you look at everything, minus the runs, and if you look at everything, you can clearly see that this team have the exact same offense since 2007. Yeah, the exact same offense. Nothing different about this offense. The exact same offense. Right? Now, only play that they kind of took out of the playbook was the draw play, the lead draw or the draw running back play. You guys remember that play that DeMarco Murray used to run when they get into shotgun, and Tony would do like this, see nothing, and then he would hand it to DeMarco. And what's alarming to us when we look back at the successful years of the Cowboys, minus 1 year of the 2007. But if you look at 14, 16, we ran the ball. 14 and 16, we ran the ball. And those were our successful years. In 2018, we literally built the plane. Delayed draw. Yeah, that's right, Dre Mack. Appreciate you. I said whatever I said. And shout out to you, Madman. Yeah, both of you guys. Delayed draw. The 2018 was a year that we just caught fire. We were scrambling. We didn't have Jason Witten. They did the wide receiver by committee. They realized that didn't work. We were throwing the ball everywhere because we were behind in most games. In 2018, they realized, hey, man, we got to get something done. And they used the first-round draft pick to scoop up Amari Cooper from the Raiders. But at the time, if you guys recall, the Raiders were shopping Amari Cooper for a second or a third round. But when the Cowboys got interested into that whole conversation, it elevated to a first-round draft pick. That's why I'm telling people the Cowboys always get fleeced as it relates to trading because nobody want to get Viking, you know what I'm saying? The Cowboys walked around for a whole decade saying, yeah, we fleeced the Vikings for all of those draft picks, and nobody wanted to get Viking again from the Cowboys. And ever since then, we haven't won in the trade battle. We didn't win that trade battle with Seattle for Joey Galloway, and we for dog sure didn't win that trade battle for Roy Williams with the Detroit Lions, right? We didn't. So we don't win trade situations. And then even when I think we traded for Robert Quinn, that was a crazy one because we had him only for a cup of coffee and it was time to re him up. And when it was time to re him up, we let him walk. And he had a horrible year his first year with Chicagoland. And then his second year, we was looking at Robert Quinn like, those are all sacks, you know? And then we had a horrible trade scenario with Ryan Switzer. We traded him for a guy that didn't even play for us, right? So it's crazy, Cowboy Nation, as we look at the bigger picture. But if we can get back, our only hope would be if we can get an offensive line back to this team, establish that aggressiveness, that tone, and get back to running the rock because the record speaks favorably for the quarterback. We're 30-0 when we run the ball. Like, that should be the secret sauce. Like, if I'm in the Cowboys meeting room, I'll bang the table and tell them, hey, I got the solution to all of this. Dak Prescott, the kind of caliber of quarterback that he is he a play action, run first type of quarterback. If you run the ball and if you play the manipulation, because for the first 4 years, of his career, teams been gearing to stop the run. And I think that he mastered that look when you have the safety, single high safety up top and everybody else man-to-man. I think that he's very good in throwing into man-to-man coverage. I think that Dak Prescott, I think the world of him in that look. And if you already paid this guy, got him $122 million guaranteed or whatever his contract was or is or what have you, then do what's favorable to his skill set. And there's nothing wrong with that. I've seen John Elway win 2 Super Bowls because they played good defense and they ran the rock. We knew that John Elway could throw the ball all over the field, and, of course, he was long in the tooth at the time. And we can see that Dak Prescott, he could throw the rock. We can literally see that he can throw the rock. Right? We can see that. And if before anybody go into, the same could be said in 2014. We knew that Tony can throw the ball. We know that. But if we ran the ball, play like my guy Schiff said, play good defense, we could win some games. Newsflash. In that year, look it up, Tony Romo only had one game that he threw for 300 yards in that entire year in 2014. So throwing the ball is not how you win collectively speaking. But people will never understand that. Matt Forniark and Josh Ball will battle for swing positions. I like Matt tape. I think he just need more reps, James. You right? And Josh Ball, I like his tape. I think Josh Ball is going to compete, but I think Matt is a legitimate backup guy. And shout out to Jay Versick for the donation. BPA, best player available in this draft. BPA. CeeDee Lamb is comparable to Dez. This is from Shift. I think that CeeDee Lamb, and there's no indictment on Desmond Bryant. I think that CeeDee Lamb is a better route runner than Dez, and I think that Dez was more physical than CeeDee Lamb. I think that Dez was more physical than CeeDee Lamb. And if you were to compare the two coming out of college, Dez, before he broke his foot, was a little bit more explosive than CeeDee Lamb. If you think I'm lying, go watch the highlight tape of him doing the kickoff return, or was it the punt return? One of those things. He took it to the house. That joker took it to the house and left everybody. That big boy rolling. We were like, wow. I think it was against Chicago Bears. Go back and watch when Dez, that rookie's Dez. He was a little bit more explosive. And I like CD. I don't think that, the way he run, he's going to just take it to the house. I don't think CD got that type of speed. And I could be wrong. Yeah, Dez was a little bit brittle. Yeah. Here's the thing that they both have in common. Like, and you guys see this sometime. I think it was against the Colts or it was against the Giants. Y'all let me know when Dez broke his foot. And I'm not talking about in 2015. I'm talking about way back when he first came to this team. Two things that they do similar. And I don't think CeeDee Lamb does it as much. More of Michael Gallup do it. Is when they in graps, they continue to try to run or scoop and get that extra yard. You guys remember that? Like, be like, Dez, you go down now, dog. You ain't getting no more yards. You ain't getting no more yards, man. Oh, my gosh. And they'll continue to move around and either fumble or somebody land on them awkwardly, and those type of things. But it is what it is. Dez have 75 TDs. I think it's 73 touchdowns collectively. Dez was more dangerous than scoring than CD. Well, we'll find out, man. I think CD can nose the ball, can get into the end zone. I think that he can do those type of things. Yeah. All right. Let me try to do this. We're gonna do a quick 7. And we're gonna see fast and see who they go with. You see who they go with as far as this mock. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Dez was the top 3 at one point, but once they figured he couldn't run routes and get his body started breaking down, it wasn't his same production. This is from Jay Lombardi. My biggest issue with Dez is that he did rely on his physical prowess, right? And we understand that. And there's no shot at him, no shot at him. We know Dez is a good dude. To talk about football on and off the court or on and off the field. But here's the thing. The situation with Dez is that he didn't reach out to D-Rob until like year 2017, 18. We were like, dog, you could have reached out to D-Rob in 2012, 2013, 2014, et cetera. You should have reached out to D-Rob then. Can you imagine if he would have reached out to my guy D-Rob earlier, and got those extra reps in, working out with the route guru and things like that. And when you look at Julio Jones and Dez's career, similar type of wide receivers, I think that Julio was just a little bit more refined as it relates to his route running. But shoot, I was going back and forth with a lot of people on Twitter. Still, in the red zone situation and scenario, give me Dez Bryant. I think he can nose the ball better and bring it home. He can find a soft spot better than even Julio. And if you think I'm lying, Dez still got more touchdowns than Julio. Yep. Keith says Dez. And look, how long? Look. It's been a minute since Dez Bryant been playing football in general for anybody, and we still talking about him. So that let you know the boy was good, right? The boy good. CD had good footwork. I think that when you look at CD and he's working out, go to his IG page, and we saw the transformation from year 1 to year 2. We're like, dog, CD got bigger, right? And we hope he don't get too big. He may lose that speed. No, that didn't happen for him. I think he got a little bit more meteor on his body, and I think that you saw some of it last year, especially. I think it was the touchdown run against the New Orleans Saints. You saw that, right? And he's just stronger. So for the 2022 season, if he's asked to be the number 1 wide receiver on his team, then we want to see him go across the middle. We want to see him do some end arounds. We want to see him being utilized in the backfield more. He mentioned that. Just kind of like they used Deebo Samuel. If he got the weight on him and if he still got some of that spark, we want to see all of those things. CD is good over the middle. Yeah, just saying. Yeah, and Dak Prescott got to ultimately trust CD. Dak threw 10 interceptions last year. 6 out of the 10 was when he was targeting to CD. So that speaks volumes, all right? So we still rolling with the first round. Let me see who we got now. All right, we went with Tyreek Smith, edge, and then we went with Sawyer as the interior offensive lineman. And then we went, I'm reading it backwards. Good grief, I'm backwards on this thing. Chris Olave was the first pick. Good grief. I was like, wait, how's this? And then Jameer was the second pick. All right, so this draft is looking pretty decent. So you answered some of the explosiveness that you need as it relates to wide receiver. Chris Olave will put butts in seats. Y'all know this is the thing with Jones family. They just come with the territory. And before y'all dog Chris Olave, think about this. You got you an explosive wide receiver that will get some good training lessons at training camp because he's going up against Trayvon Diggs. He's going up against, of course, the philosophy and the scheme set that Dan Quinn liked to present to the table. And, of course, he's going up against Kelvin Joseph. Kelvin Joseph is still going to be on this team, Cowboy Nation. He's going up against that guy, and he's gonna get it out of the mud. On top of that, he's going to compete with James Washington and Simi Fehoko. I think just James Washington is not just going to lay down and say, okay, you drafted, you're going to get this spot regardless. So you got Chris Olave, you got Salyer. I think that's how you say the name, Salyer or Salyer. Jameer, interior offensive line guy, and that's a growth spot right there. You bring him in with the second pick to fight. Now, Connor McGovern, he's going to look at this thing and say, hey, I may have had an abysmal year last year, but, man, I was your best fullback. And when I was inserted at left guard, I did a decent job on the fly. So now off season, I'm going to be working my butt off to fight for that role, and I want fighters. Anderson, you got a safety right now at that spot that you can pretty much, with him, you got somebody that you can put into this defense to compete. It's not going to be given to him. And then I don't have any information about Skylar Thompson. If you guys know about that quarterback, let me know. And then you go with Jack Jones as the cornerback. It's going to be a fighting situation. Went with an interior deal with Matt. And I don't know too much about Kolar. I ain't going to finna sit here and say, yeah, I know Kolar and Kellen Disk at offensive tackle, who going to have a world to fight up against for that. 6'7", 299. Let's see. Ideal role, zone blocking scheme. Okay. Best game, UNLV. I'm going to take a look at that. But, I don't know about this guy right there. Don't know too much of him. Dang, I hit the wrong button. All right. Caleb is going to be a great, I believe. Yeah, Cowboys and Maverick. Appreciate you guys so much for jumping in. I got to split like hair, Cowboy Nation, but I appreciate everybody for tuning in. The news and the updates of Kelvin Joseph, we hope all is well with him, and we hope that whatever happened with Cam's Ray's family, that they found out who the person who pulled the trigger so that he can serve his time and so that they can get some type of relief of knowing who killed their son. You know how that thing goes, Cowboy Nation. We hope all is well with everybody during this weekend. Just think wisely, be safe out there. Let's continue to grind and shine. That's been my time. I really thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit the like, share this content. If you watched all the way to this point and you have not shared or hit that like or subscribe, come on, man.
Shame.
What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with
Shame.
y'all? I'm putting in work.
Shame.
But I appreciate those who did. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's get up out of here. Chris Olave ceiling is higher than CD Lamb. That's your words, not mine. But it is what it is, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate everybody. Let me get some fire emojis in the chat. Thank everybody for watching. Be sure, these are just my thoughts. If you take anything personal that I said, charge it to my head, not my heart. Cowboy Nation. That's a big statement, Black. Yeah, he ain't lying. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Like, share, subscribe to the nation. Help grow this thing one day at a time, one movement at a time. DT, thank you for the donation to help elevate the nation. Ninja Nuts, I see you, fam. Appreciate you. Yep. Come on. You know what? In every dark moment, a bright situation sometimes shine down. Keep in mind, Ray, I'm talking about Ray Lewis. When all of that stuff, that crazy stuff that happened to him, all of a sudden, he changed just like that. He took a negative and he turned it to positive. Let's go. Same can happen. He can realize, say, man, Kelvin Joseph said, man, you know what? I'm in the slams, man. Hanging around y'all, man. I ain't hanging around with y'all no more. No.
I want me some glory hole.
No doubt, Jerry. No doubt. But we also want.
The truth. You can't handle it.
It can happen. And then it's draft time. Can't wait to hear that music. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. Let's go. Y'all like Trent McDuffie, huh? Yeah. Let's go.
Finish him. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?